show has reached a new low. Disappointed!
Welcome back to A New Low.
The show features Farzad, Greg Panetta, Joe Dorville, Kyle Loader, and Scott by Scott.
There's no way Greg's last name is Pineda.
It is.
It is.
Hello, it is, and welcome to A New Low, episode 29, the 29th episode of this illustrious podcast. We've got four other hosts here. We are joined by Corpo, Farzad.
Whoa, what's cracking? I'm not a corpo.
We got Street Kid Scott.
What it do, boo boo.
We're here with Nomad Greg.
Hi ho.
We're also joined by the Fixer, Joe.
What's going on, everybody?
And I'm your host tonight, your best choom, Kyle. How's everyone doing?
I'm good. I'm assuming all that is from Cyberpunk.
All Cyberpunk related.
Okay.
Don't spoil
10
it.
seconds before we started. That's why I was saying, please don't start yet. I'm writing things down.
You want my first disappointment of the week?
Sure, Greg.
It's that cyber attacks are not from the planet of Cybertron. That would make it cool.
Oh, is that a true disappointment of yours?
Oh, boy.
Well, we're not to that section
No,
yet, so
Jared just tweeted that, and I thought it was funny. So I said it.
it's
you
funny.
Turn the show on its head before it even gets started.
We should do, whenever we get to April Fools, we should flip the format.
Oh, we should
And
ruin
do a
that on
good
air.
show?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
No one's going to remember this by then. Scott.
No, we'll all be
heard that.
vaccinated by then. The
very-
show's going to be
It's
gone.
very
We've
optimistic.
all
The
agreed.
show's going to be gone.
We've all agreed that's how it's going to work.
Yeah, April's Fool's joke is we're back.
Well, we're inside on a Zoom call, and I think Joe wants to talk about calling people himself.
Yes. So a couple of weeks ago now, on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That's such a weird name for that show now that I'm thinking about it. But anyways,
Yeah, who would name their show
Yeah, I
starting
was-
with who?
so weird.
What kind of
Why
show
would you do that?
starts
You
with a
think
weird question
you
starting with
plan
who?
better
Yeah,
than to ask a question as the name of your show. But
a
anyway,
weird, vague question.
Anyway, Celebrity Chef
does a
David Chang
podcast?
was on there. Scott,
That's a joke.
that's a joke.
That's
Celebrity
filmmaking.
Chef David King was on there, and he was at the $1 million question, and he still had the lifeline to phone a friend, and so he phoned an ESPN personality, Mina Kimes. So I was wondering who in your phone number, in your phone book, do we still call it phone book? Your contact list. I guess.
There you go.
Yeah,
I was waiting for
I'm
the
so old.
boomers
I'm
to drop.
so old.
The oldest
I'm
person.
the oldest.
Yeah, the
among
oldest
us.
man in the book is asking about phone books.
Who in your
Hmm.
contact list would you call for the $1 million question?
Definitely not a woman.
Mm.
Scott, now we're canceled.
the-
Jesus Christ.
Well, the thing is, you have to like pick them before you even go on, right? It's not
Exactly.
like, oh, this person I would know.
Don't you just rifle
Oh.
through your phone and be like, call this number.
Hold on, hang on.
And
That's
Regis
not
is
good
like,
TV.
let me call it.
R.I.P.
Prophet
Regis.
Muhammad?
Gee, he said
Mike?
it. Nice.
Oh, we're
I
All
thought he
right,
said
good
he
show.
wasn't drunk. I swear he said he wasn't drunk.
That's what he claimed.
What? He knows a lot about Islam.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
How do we know that's $1 million?
Greg, who would you call?
Oh shit!
Okay.
Lamar?
Hope it's
Thomas,
about cars.
I don't know if I think.
Thomas is a friend of yours?
Thomas. Yeah, I forget his last name. But
No, the
find
tank.
out.
The tank engine?
A lot of tanks in his family.
It's
That would work.
just Thomas in my phone. Some dude I knew
Just
from the bar
Thomas.
that seems to be a know-it-all.
Just actually looking at the contact list.
Some dude for a bar. It seems to
Farzad.
be.
Oh, no, I don't want to go to Farzad.
Oh, come on.
Scott, who do you want to go to?
I would call
That
Marcus.
previous comment.
Marcus.
Oh.
Wait, do you have Marcus's number in your phone?
Fan of
Yeah,
the
it's
show,
on
Marcus.
Discord.
Oh, well, I would get it.
Thomas
beforehand.
Corrigan. Thomas Corrigan is his name.
Ooh,
One also
Smashing
Marcus brings up
Pumpkins
the valid
guy.
point of Marcus is Googling.
That's why I
Yeah,
picked
that's-
Marcus.
that's
He's good.
not
He's
fair.
he
Good at
cheats on the Friday
searching.
night.
Oh, he doesn't
Good
use Google though. He
cheating.
uses Bings.
He's a big boy.
Oh, never
Ooh,
mind.
We don't. Marcus is out.
Yeah, I don't know. About Joe, you're looking. Do you have one?
I'm looking.
Joe, this is your topic, and you're looking through your contact list.
I knew who I was
That's a
gonna
great
say, but I
point.
was trying to see if I had any like special person.
that a
like
grape
He didn't
point?
have my number,
celebrity.
so there's no way it could be.
The only
me.
random celebrity I have is Anderson Cowan,
Usual
but
joke.
he's a boomer fuck and
Oh,
doesn't know
boy.
anything. So I would call my brother Rick.
All right.
Okay, that's a good one.
You,
Mark,
Mio?
Farzad,
Very
what's your
knowledgeable.
actual answer?
Oh shit. I should have actually thought of an answer. I'd say
This is a good
no
April
one is
Fool's
as
show.
smart
we're
as
doing.
me, so it's a hard question.
Turn your head the other way.
Uh-huh.
No one's as smart as me, so it's a hard
I would like to
Jeez.
call myself, if that's possible.
No one's as
Yeah.
smart as me as I talk not into the microphone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That really. No, that's I.
And very intelligent with audio.
I'd call my friend Dave because he's got some good life experience that I could extract some information from his brain.
Dave Chappelle.
I'd actually call one of my aunts who I talk to a lot because she has a lot of like older pop culture knowledge that I'm blind on. So that's probably a good one. And she
Must
actually
be
pays
nice.
attention to like news and things that happen in the world. So covers a lot of my blind spots.
And she has a great ass.
That's no
Hmm.
comment.
That's
That
his
is a
aunt
very
you're
odd
talking
thing
about.
to bring up.
From a
And
movie.
unfortunately, Greg is next for the topics. Because he's got a different question, I think. Scott.
What?
Oh, he's got a question.
There you go.
The worst.
I
All
thought
right,
Greg was
so-
playing his own
Never
audio. I thought he's playing his own audio.
Oh, I don't have it, but I'm only playing the. Anyway, hey, do you guys think the whole drug cartel beheading their enemies is played out? Do you think they should change their go-to execution displays?
Well,
You know,
yeah,
you don't want the general public getting bored. So.
right. No, I
Yeah.
agree. Well, the only reason they started doing it was because Al Qaeda started doing it, and they're like, "Oh shit, this is fucking sweet. We're gonna do it too."
Looks cool as hell.
Yeah, I think
like-
they should go to just sending their enemies to like a nice resort. I think that's the way to go.
I
That
just
would really
wish
send a
box.
message.
weren't the
In a
cartels
box.
supposedly running like avocados and limes? I mean, I'd like some of those, please.
For avocados.
They should send them to
Avocados
different
from
resorts at the same
Mexico.
time.
What was that?
Yeah,
Commercial
a
jingle.
leg over here, an arm over here, a head
Yeah.
over there.
Since they're in charge of everything, they should book you onto a flight
Hard to
and
get.
then have you sit on the tarmac for like way too long.
Mm.
That's some torture right there.
Oh,
That's
Spirit
torturing.
Airlines.
We're not
Just
talking
put them
about
on Spirit.
torturing. Beheading is not torturing. It's
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
kind of
but
over.
You're
if you behead
saying
them after?
alternative to
I'm
Well, it's
talking
like
about
what Greg
display.
said. It's
You want to
How do you
terrorize the
display-
family though, so you'd have to like abduct the family, take them to a tarmac, let them sit on the train.
Behead
plane.
the other head.
Ooh, that's
Then they have to
You know
watch
that you
their own
Lorena
hit
beheading.
Bobbitt?
on,
a little Lorena Bobbitt
not the
situation.
worst idea.
Well,
I mean,
maybe
it's a pretty
behead them,
bad
but
idea.
put their head on another victim's body, so they look weird.
Look how weird he looks.
But try to keep him alive.
Yeah, do the best you can. Okay.
What moved you to this question, Greg? I
He's
have to
starting a
ask.
podcast called
Now, Joe has
Beheadings
a
with
question.
Greg.
beheadings
Head of the
with Theo,
class
Greg.
with Craig.
Everybody talking at once.
I was working on my script, and it was
Quite.
I want to come up with something colorful instead of the same old beheading bullshit. I always
Cuban
hear about.
necktie. That's
I didn't know
always
you
fun.
were a pharmacist.
Hey,
Oy.
The script.
So Kyle, you had something about dreams?
I did. Thanks for taking the reins there. I was actually opening
was
the
the
tab
show?
to see where the hell we were going next because I wanted to move on. Yeah. So I mean, we've all been talking to each other a lot, and I've been listening to Hamilton a lot. And I had a dream that I had to perform Hamilton because I'd been listening to it so much. And I forgot all the words. It was a very awkward and weird dream. And I think it's just because we've been doing the podcast and listened to it a ton. And that's kind of tangentially related to you guys. I'm wondering, do have any of you had dreams about any of us?
Yeah,
Because we've
I've
been
had
talking to each other
I've had
so many
Zoom
times.
dreams where nothing eventful happens, but we're just all on Zoom talking. and
Like you
shit.
can tell it's our Zoom and we're
Yeah.
bullshitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely had Zoom dreams.
It's
just
either
because
that
it
or
is-
I'm falling asleep at 5 a.m. on Friday.
and it just
I'm still on
continues in your brain.
Zoom.
Exactly.
You know, I
'Cause
haven't
that-
had
yeah,
any
that-
COVID.
Hmm?
I haven't had any dreams related during this. I mean, I don't have any Zoom dreams. Even the people I've come across since the whole COVID thing started, I always dream
Right.
about people further in my past. For some reason.
Yeah, it took a while for it to creep in, but it's definitely started happening just because it has been so long. And it was prompted by Marcus talking the next day, Saturday. He's like, I don't know if what I'm thinking of was stuff I dreamed or what actually happened because I was up so late.
That wasn't very
I
funny.
was just like,
thing.
yeah, that's probably true.
He should try drinking.
I know.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Then you won't remember.
I would say
any
that
of it.
everything is hazy.
Then you'll know
don't
it was a
remember a
dream
damn
because you
thing.
can't remember.
My new
Yeah, if
my
you-
new anxiety dream in COVID is I'm in Vegas and I'm having
Oh,
fun,
yeah,
and then I
that's-
realize I don't have my mask. So then
I'm
I'm
not
like
allowed to have fun.
Oh,
freaking out, trying to find a mask, and then I wake up and I'm like, ah,
Yeah.
You know,
ah.
I wonder how prevalent that's going to be. Like, everybody has the cliche, oh, I have a class I haven't studied for all year dream.
Yeah.
I wonder how prevalent, like, oh, I forgot my mask dreams.
I've had it 2 or 3
I
become.
feel I've had a
times.
few
Yeah.
few more
I feel like
mask
you've had to
streams,
have.
maskless streams where I'm like, oh shit.
That's wild.
Yeah. I was
I
in
haven't
Wawa.
yet.
Dream.
I was specifically in
dream
Wawa and
about,
I didn't have a mask.
I had a dream about
Wow.
Tom Cruise.
Did you? That's an
Did you?
interesting one.
No,
Because
it's foreshadowing.
I had a
he
dream
was
about
in
Jim
the news
Carrey.
recently.
What was he doing, Scott? Did he have a mask on?
He couldn't find his
Big
mask.
green one?
But he had a great ass.
Did Greg, you just watch Heat or something?
No, that was
Oh,
from.
boy.
Is it
That was from the
Casino?
Son of a
movie where he
Woman.
was- no,
That's
where
a
he was-
woman. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's Son of a Woman?
he was blind.
I was trying to remember which Al
When he
Pacino
was
movie that
blind.
was, but it is Sense of the
No,
Woman. Yes.
no,
thought
it's
that was
not.
Jim
No, it's
Yes,
Carrey.
it
not.
is.
I can't
No,
tell
it's
lie.
not. He's yelling at what's the name? He's yelling at Hank Azaria. He's a mobster. It's not Son of a Woman.
Well,
Hank Azaria is
Look it
tied up.
Marcus. Marcus, look it up.
Hank
I've
Azaria
Marcus
is
is
tied
Googling.
up in that scene.
Well,
I've
Joe
only heard the
can't
drop of that.
look it up.
Me too. And they always
he used to
reference
talk
Son of a
about-
woman.
A different movie
Kyle's
star.
trying to segue. So, news came out that Tom Cruise went on a Christian Bale like tirade over some people on his production set breaking COVID protocols. Now, we listened to this. It was Heat. Thank you, Marcus. Boom.
Oh, shit.
How do you think it's Son of a Woman? He
Greg,
had
please
somebody
erase,
tied up.
all of that. Please
No,
erase all
I'm
of that.
correct. But yeah, Tom Cruise went on
Mandela
a.
effect. Mandela effect.
It's not Amanda. I knew what movie.
It's Mandela. It's Mandela.
I was only
Mandango
hit the
effect.
3 guys. Scott. So Tom Cruise, was berating some people on the set, and I was wondering how you guys felt about this. Which side of the aisle did you fall
I agree with everything he said. He just went about it the wrong way. I mean, you're gonna lose everybody as soon as you start screaming,
Mhm.
and like especially when that's so out of character for the public Tom Cruise.
Right.
But what he was saying is correct, and I agree with everything.
on? Okay.
Well,
Is,
I didn't hear. Just go ahead, Farzad.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Well, I was just asking what prompted it. Like, do we know what he was yelling about? Like someone
Well,
going out or not
so-
wearing a
There was-
mask?
I think it's people were being loose with mask protocols.
So specifically, what happened is that there's been multiple delays on this shoot because of COVID, and what triggered him was that there were 2 people on set looking at a screen who were standing next to each other, not partaking in social distancing guidelines.
Okay.
So he just went Christian Bale on him to be like, we've already delayed the shooting of this like multiple times, like all this, and that's why he goes on about like, people are depending on us, college educations, blah blah blah, and if you
Other
don't follow
people's
these
jobs,
stupid,
yeah.
he's having a Christian Bale moment, which I understand. Yeah, he's freaking out because he's trying to shoot the fucking film, and there's people who are just like not following the basic rules of the set.
Do we have
Right.
any of the audio to play?
No.
Nope.
Yep.
Were you not listening,
Okay.
Scott?
I'm just wondering, like, is it weird for like the director to just stand there? Because it was like a 2.5 minute clip. Like he's
Yes.
going on for a while. And the
Tom Cruise
director's
has
the
that's what
arguably
I'm
the
saying.
biggest star in the world, so he can pretty much do what he
basically
wants.
the director's
Yeah.
supposed to be in charge of the set, and then suddenly Tom Cruise just goes off, and
I mean,
everyone's
it's the
listening
same
to
thing
him,
with the
like-
Christian Bale thing. Like,
Yeah.
do you think was that a Batman? That was a Batman movie, right?
That was
That
a
was
Terminator.
the last Batman, right?
Oh
This
no,
was
it was
Terminator.
Terminator.
This
It
was a
Terminator, you're right.
Scientology Bale.
That's right. It was Terminator. It was Salvation.
Sorry, it was Heat.
You get
bad.
one thing wrong, and you turn into a little Tyler White.
Scientology Bale.
Oh, good.
But I
Oh,
like Greg.
good
I
for
agree
you.
that.
Oh,
Um,
good. For
and actually, I disagree, Greg. I think the strong language is necessary, and not
Scientology.
necessary,
It's not
but
the language; it's the
not-
screaming.
yeah, I won't begrudge him for the language, for the fact that, I mean, if you go back and listen to episodes of this podcast, we've been calling people stupid fucking idiots and shit for not
yeah.
wearing masks. So it's like, I can do that, but then I think more of him because he's a celebrity. No, he's a regular dude like the rest of us. He's just in Scientology. So yeah, obviously, but I mean, human being at the essence of a human being.
he's a
But
person.
yeah, he's frustrated because he wants to get this shit done. People are depending on him. There's a lot of people that they're employing, and if this shit don't get made, nobody's getting paid. So
Yeah, that was the
Sure.
crux of the argument.
yeah,
It's like it's not just me, it's not just you, it's
Oh,
everyone here.
And by the way, the Christian Bale thing was on the set of Scent of a Woman.
God damn it.
Guys, we're not that show where we call back to
Up
jokes
again.
or laugh at internal jokes.
We've been
That's good,
talking
Greg.
about a lot of movies,
Good for you.
and I think Greg's got some stuff to entertain us that's entertained him.
Yes, I watched
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration.
Speak of the devil.
That sounded like Christian Bale, actually.
Smooth as hell.
It was.
So I watched an incredible documentary the other night. It probably won't interest any of you guys because this band it was about was relevant before you were relevant. which means
Oh, you watch
relevant.
the Bee Gees doc?
Watch the Bee Gees. How do you mend a broken heart? This is
A
about
documentary about the train coming at the screen.
And it's about, the three brothers, Barry Morris and Robin Gibb, born on the Isle of Man. They moved to Australia. And they harmonized their way into the spotlight with multiple hits in the 60s. Then they broke up. But you can't keep these brothers apart.
Are you reading the
Can you really
synopsis?
break up with your brothers?
So they came back strong in the 70s, moving to Miami and creating a whole new sound. Some people called it the Miami sound. Then they discovered falsetto.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. Oh, it drops.
Of course, it's not the right drop. Merry Christmas.
Happy
It's
holidays.
not so easy, Greg, is it?
Well, I didn't have it. It was just a YouTube clip. And then, Saturday Night Fever came along and they became icons for life. But then everybody forgot about disco because they said it was stupid. And so they went away.
Does this
Gonna write music
documentary
for other
have a
people?
title? Does
And
it have
it's
a
good.
title?
Yep. I said it at the very beginning. Go back.
Could you
and
say it again?
read it?
Okay.
The Bee Gees.
read it.
How do you mend a broken heart?
How do you mend a broken heart?
The
On
Bee Gees.
HBO and HBO Max. No, the Bee Gees is the first three words. How do you mend a broken heart is after the colon.
Saturday
HBO,
Night
HBO
Fever.
Max.
The
I've
COVID
had to mend a
story.
If
broken heart after
you're-
a colon every time.
If you're over the
How
age
do
of
you mend it?
45, you'll love it.
I think,
You really wanna know?
Just like
Farzad
me.
actually said something funny.
Yeah,
Farley, can you say it again?
it was fine.
Nah, just listen back to it on the episode.
How I reheat all my food.
And one more thing. Go ahead.
No, I reheat all my food. Go
Oh,
ahead,
Greg, there was one more
I
thing.
need a second.
All right. Also, if you haven't watched Lego Star Wars Holiday Special on Disney Plus, you should do it. It's very entertaining. Get
I
your
didn't
Star
know they
Wars
made a Lego
fix
Star
for the
Wars holiday
year.
special. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
It is amazing.
What's that one called?
That is all.
Legos. It's called Son of a Woman, actually.
Dun,
No, it's actually
dun,
called
dun.
Heat.
it's called In Heat.
Mm.
The Heat of a Woman.
Called
So I
Pieces
watched-
of My Heart.
Pump the brakes.
It's called the Barry Gibb story. So I watched the doc as well over the week. It's called We Are Freestyle Love Supreme. It follows
Excuse me?
a young Lin-Manuel, a young Chris Jackson as where they were before they eventually got into In the Heights and Hamilton, and it follows them to where they are now and a group of friends that they had that weren't in some of those projects and what those projects did to their group dynamic. So it was pretty dope. Greg, fuck you too. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, pretty interesting.
Fuck you,
Greg, fuck
Kyle.
Hey, come on.
I wasn't even talking about Hamilton. I was about Lin-Manuel Miranda. But okay.
Yeah,
It's just a doc
Hamilton.
about friendship.
Has he done anything else besides
It's a
Hamilton?
documentary
Unrelated to Hamilton.
In the Heights. He did
Moana.
Moana. He did the new Mary Poppins Returns.
He was in House. He was in his Dank Materials.
Wait a minute.
He was in Sopranos.
Sopranos.
He was in The Heat.
New
Starring
Mary
role.
Poppins returned. So the new Mary Poppins, she returned. Or
I
Mary
never
Poppins
watched
She
returned?
came
the
back.
new one.
It's
So
a new version.
I don't know.
It's a new one.
But yeah,
She's back from the dead.
it's a good doc about friendship and life and how things change. So yeah, it's a fun
Friendship is
doc.
magic.
Things
Popping out of the grave.
change.
She's popping that whopping.
Oh,
Excuse
whoa,
me?
whoa.
Yeah, he is in the Dark Materials.
I said
Oh,
his
yeah,
dank
yeah.
materials. Yes, I
Oh.
did. Marcus.
Okay. I didn't know.
I'm
Speaking
glad you
of-
picked up on that.
Good
Well,
job.
we're having too much fun. It's time for our
Are we?
flagship segment.
Oh,
Oh, hold on.
What'd I do?
No, you did our flagship
That's
segment.
not
That was correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like you said.
We said, hold on.
Race.
Constitution will be colorblind.
Race remains a potent and
my
often
fault.
divisive force in our society.
I knew which flagship one we were doing.
Because it's serious. Get it?
Okay. Smokey Robinson was trending on Twitter this week, and I was like, "Oh no! Don't tell me Smokey died. Don't tell me Smokey has COVID." And pleasantly surprised, that was not what was happening. Somebody got a cameo of Smokey, and Scott, if you can go ahead and play that audio for me, bud.
Oh, good. We have this.
Hey, Marco. How you doing? Surprise, surprise. This is Smokey Robinson. I know you didn't expect to hear from me, but I was contacted by your sons, Jeff and Jared, and they told me that you used to live in Detroit across the street from me, and gosh, that's beautiful. How you doing again? Nice talking to you again, I guess. But anyway, you're living in Vancouver now, and they wanted me to wish you happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is, but happy Chinooka because they said so. Anyway, God bless you, babe, and enjoy Chinooka. Have a wonderful time.
It's
I have
good.
no idea what Chinooka is. That really seals how fucking great that is. I heard that the other day. and
That's the thing
I'm
with
so
the,
glad you brought this up.
The droodle, right?
The dreidel?
So what he was trying to say was Hanukkah, but I guess he got confused by the sometimes CH.
Oh,
So the
Hanukkah.
C-
Now I get it.
Hanukkah.
Happy Chinooka.
Chanukah or
Sometimes-
Chuka.
Sometimes they put a C in front of it when they spell it. So
Right.
I guess he was blindsided by that and has met no Jewish person in the last 80 years of his existence.
No clue.
So I just found that hilarious. I thought I should bring
Well,
that
as
to
a
you guys.
baseball player, you don't meet a lot of Jewish people.
Wrong,
We
wrong,
did
Robinson.
lose. We did lose one African American musical artist over there.
Oh, do you want to talk about that? Greg?
Mr. Charlie Pride passed away.
What
Rest in peace,
genre?
Charlie
did he-
Pride.
I believe it was
He's
country,
country.
music.
Country.
Country band. Okay.
That's why it's more notable because how many
He-
black people
he
do you know
took it
that
back.
sing country music?
That is a good point. And they probably stole it from us. Take us out of here. Shout out to Darius Ruckers.
Do we play it again? I don't remember.
Yeah,
or
play
do
it
we
again.
do? Okay.
Are we playing again?
Race.
Constitution will be colorblind.
Race remains a potent and often divisive force in our society.
These guys say
Say
divisive or divisive? This is only
new
episode
low.
29.
I say
Divisive.
sentence.
I say
Well,
Senate.
it's our flagship segment because we only do it sometimes, and that's why I was right on top of how that works. But speaking of segments that we only do sometimes, it's time for 4th and 10.
Get it off in time on 4th and 10 to the sideline.
Look at those graphics.
footballs.
Look
and shit
at
is-
that. I lost the screen. There they go.
Look at those
And it's gone.
graphics.
It's 4th and 10. It's the part of the show where I give these boys some topics. They have 10 seconds to respond. It's all made up, and the points don't matter. This week we have Nick Foles, round 2. Ohio, the Browns, and give me the juice. Last week we didn't have a winner until now.
Nope.
I don't even know who's tied.
We have a winner
Everybody.
Everybody.
So Greg gets to start this week off.
Oh, hi.
See what you did there, Scott.
Oh, hi. No, the Cleveland Indians have announced they're changing their name. You have 10 seconds to think of anything good about Ohio and come up with an alternative name or names. Name as many as you can, Greg. 10 seconds.
Well, there's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is also in Cleveland, so that could be the Cleveland Hall of Famers. Thank you. Have a nice day.
3, 2,
Why is there
1.
so much time left?
You talk too fast.
Because you
in the
spoke so
beginning.
fast.
Kyle, 10 seconds.
The only good thing about Ohio is one of my old roommates lived there, grew up there. So
3, 2,
in honor of him, the
1.
Cleveland Fish.
Farzad
Fish?
Fists?
Fish.
Fists?
Fists.
Fists.
It was his nickname.
He's a close for me. Farzad.
Given that Ohio, one of the biggest exports out of Ohio was prohibition, I'm going to go with the Cleveland Prohibitionists
3, 2.
because fucking Ohio sucks.
Strong feelings.
Sorry to all of our Ohio listeners.
Funny how prohibition was anti-drinking.
I know, right? Odd.
Joe, 10 seconds.
Kid
Cudi is from Ohio. LeBron James is from Ohio. Kid Cudi hums in
here
his
we go.
music. LeBron James had a Hummer when he was in high school. The Cleveland Hums.
Sure he did. Like I said, nothing good has come out of Ohio.
Hums.
Scott. It also ties in music with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Hums.
Does it?
Farzad takes that round.
Wow, for disparaging a whole state.
Well,
I mean,
that
I do
was-
love
weird
Black
ass
Keys, which
name.
are from Akron, but fuck Ohio.
Akron.
Ohio's
Kyle.
the state, so that includes Ohio.
Kyle, you're up
You
next.
never
You
said
have
Cleveland once.
Okay. Nick Foles, round 2. The Browns or give me the juice.
I feel like you're trying to trick me with this, but I'm going to pick it anyway and go with everyone's hero, Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. The NFL will be doing a special kids broadcast of the wild card game on January 10th on Nickelodeon, featuring a one-of-a-kind kid-focused content, Nick-themed elements throughout the game, and a special halftime show. What do you think? Are you excited? Will you tune in for a kids' version of an NFL game?
Can I just one quick question?
Sure.
Is this like simulcast on Nickelodeon along with the normal broadcast?
Yes.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I mean, anything that can get your product out there is fun. Get kids involved, get kids hooked.
3,
All the nerd kids that
2,
don't like football, maybe
1.
they'll just have fun.
Farzad?
I mean, the whole SpongeBobification of the NFL, like I've seen some of the graphics. They're going to put googly eyes on like the players. I'm kind of excited to see googly eyes when they drop a play. It's going to be great.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does. You should see the promo, Kyle.
Joe.
I got this.
I think it's gonna be fun and wacky and wild for the kids to watch. I might pop in for a couple drives, but I want the real shit, baby.
2,
I'm a man.
1.
I'm not 40.
I want to see someone get slimed. Greg.
Slime time live.
I've already seen the Eagles play this year, so I don't see how this is going to be any different.
Oh, boy.
3.
I appreciate
2,
Philadelphia doing something
1.
good for a change.
Jets, Jets.
Like that was
And-
unnecessary.
Naturally, Greg wins the round. Farzad, you're up next. You have round 2. The Browns or give me the juice.
Give me the juice, baby.
Give me
Really
the
sad enough
juice.
For me to fuck up and hit the hot seat.
Yeah. Joe figured out.
God damn it.
He's got a 50-50 chance, Joe Scott.
I was like, I know what you could do.
Give me the juice. You wake up.
Somebody.
You wake up tomorrow drained after putting your energy into recording this show. Describe the perfect cup of coffee. You've got 10 seconds.
So for me, I do a hand ground espresso from like a local coffee roaster, and then I do a simple AeroPress black.
Joe.
I haven't drank coffee a ton lately, but if anything, I'm just gonna go to DD's, go get a nice black, 4 sugars, call it a day.
Greg.
I haven't closed in a long time, so I don't deserve any coffee. So I won't be drinking any coffee this week. So I apologize, and I'll abstain.
That was also son of a woman.
What?
It was actually heat.
Kyle,
Casino.
give us the perfect cup.
Raging Bull.
The perfect cup is probably from some local place that I haven't been to yet. But I'm always gonna make it at home. No cream, no sugar, just black.
Wow, no cream, no
Lots
sugar.
of blacks out there.
Whoa,
coffee.
Stop.
Segment's over. That
Coffee.
segment's
God,
over.
jeez.
Yeah. Oh, and with that transition, Joe wins the round.
Making enough for that one.
All right.
That means
All right.
Greg.
Joe win.
Wait, is it?
No, I have to pick now.
Oh yeah, it's Joe. Round 2 or the Browns?
I love it.
Son of a gun. He's boxing me into a corner. I was hoping one of you fucks would have picked one of these. I'm gonna go with round 2.
Round 2.
I feel like he's gonna set it up whichever one I pick is gonna be the hot
Yeah,
seat.
we don't see this down.
He could change it.
What the real rules are.
You lucky son of a bitch. Jose Canseco has been beefing with Logan Paul after Logan broke up with Jose's daughter, Josie Canseco. We can talk about her name later. Naturally, Jose said he's willing to step into the ring and fight Logan Paul, but we've talked about them enough, which means, Joe, you're in the hot seat. You have 10 seconds to come up with a question for us, and the clock starts now.
All right, my question is, so Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 7-footer out of Milwaukee, signed a $228 million contract, keeping him in Milwaukee for the next 5 years. Do you guys have? How do you feel about that contract?
Who's
Can I
first?
freeze?
Joe, you're the host.
Sorry, I forgot. I got to do that.
It's not easy.
Scott, you're first. Not easy.
Tall market basketball.
God damn it.
Scott can't win.
That's all I got.
It's gonna be another tie.
Farzad, you're next.
Damn it, Scott stole my bit. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money. I mean, yeah, why not? Let's do it. Someone's got to beat LeBron.
2, 1.
All right, solid. Kyle.
They get taller, the hoop stays the same height. So you always want the big man on your team. So probably a great contract.
That's from Boyhood, right? Greg, you're up.
What's funny is it actually is small market basketball in this case.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool that they are using their money wisely, and good for them.
You know what? I'm giving it to Greg. Greg, good answer.
That means I win, baby.
I was saying, wait, did that give Greg the win?
No, we still tie.
Greg.
We still tie.
Oh, that's weird.
Takes the win.
Oh yeah.
Greg takes the win, solid.
Yeah, okay.
But
No
we
poo
could have a
talk, no poo
tiebreaker.
talk.
If we
Dude, we still don't know
talk?
who won last week, so
We're not going to go to it. It's
He
up to
gave
you
that one to
guys.
me too.
Do we go
We
to
got
it?
a
he gave the
tiebreaker
last
for
one?
last week's one.
Is it about poop?
it's
I
about-
mean,
obviously.
of course it is.
It's called the Browns.
See, I thought he was trying to set me up
Number
for
2,
that.
yeah. You're
All right, we'll never know.
third-guessed yourself.
Yeah.
Get it off in time on 4th and 10 to the sideline.
I am loving the graphics. The graphics are amazing.
Scott does good work.
Thanks,
Subscribe on Twitch.
Greg.
A new low pod.
Yeah, so you can see these awesome graphics. And
yeah, check us out.
Participate in the chat. And Kyle can yell at you personally.
The great chat, the great graphics. It's here for everything.
For an extra $5 on our Patreon, Kyle will send you a cameo where he yells at you and says, fuck you.
For $10, I'll say fuck you twice.
Fuck you, Chanukah.
Kanuka.
Marcus, clip that.
Whatever that means. Kyle sucks.
Oh, no.
Don't clip that.
Fuck Kyle. Personally attacked. Personally attacked. Well, let's personally attack some things that let us down with our disappointments.
Reality is often disappointing.
Guys,
Was
did
that
you know
Thanos?
Thanos is in that clip.
Just for that, Farzad, you're up first.
Okay. Well, I am disappointed in our own United States Postal Service.
Horse?
For the reason why I can't speak, because it turns out that you cannot ship alcohol, whether it be beer or wine, via the United States Postal Service. Because it is still a hangover from Prohibition. Hangover, I did that.
Prohibition.
Holdover
Prohibition's
from
on the
Prohibition,
brain.
where apparently it is illegal
Cleveland.
to ship alcohol
Swear
over
that
state
is
lines via the
Prohibition.
Federal Postal Service. You
It's
have to use
anti-alcohol.
expensive ass FedEx and UPS to ship. And I am very disappointed that I'm going to have to pay a lot of money to ship Joe his holiday gift.
Oh.
Oh.
You have to use a big rig and then a car out in front trying to get the police off your tail.
Oh, true.
Smokey and the
That's another way
Bandit,
to do it.
baby. Fuck you.
The famous
And
Got a
that's
great
why-
ass!
Loose. Yep.
I thought that was Saturday Night Fever. I thought you were still on your Gibbs train.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I knew the USPS didn't, but I didn't know you could actually do it with the private companies. So
Yeah, apparently USPS is like, just use UPS and FedEx.
That's
we don't
hilarious.
care.
We're hemorrhaging cash.
Joe, what do you got?
So, as I said last week, Kid Cudi album was coming out, and it was very enjoyable. But he was denied his first #1 because Taylor Swift put out a surprise album and
White chicks
undercut
album.
him, and his best week ever is only gets
Great
him to #2. So,
Lamar
Taylor,
Jackson.
you strike
Debut.
again. You strike
Round
again.
town, baby.
I'm going to stop you right there. Kid Cudi had the best album this year.
Oh, just under the wire.
Have you listened to Swifts?
Wow, I think fences are being mended right now. As far as I'm saying that,
Could we cut together
we'll see.
like
We'll see later.
a best of a new low and get it out within like 2 weeks? I call not it.
Oh, not it.
Yeah, then we'll have the best album.
It'll be like 30 seconds to make.
Well, I could conjoin the
Wouldn't take long enough.
second song I did for the show and the Hamilton version, and then we have the best EP of the year.
That's true.
It would still beat Kid
Yeah,
Cudi
we have-
'cause
we
his
have
album
original
was that
music.
awful.
Scott, you trying to fight?
I was complimenting your work, Joe.
You trying to fight?
Not really. It's just an awful album. That's not really the way to do it. Oh boy, Greg, what do you got?
My disappointment this week is animal terrorism.
Whoa.
Did you guys hear about that gang that was terrorizing the Turkish town of Nevşehir yesterday?
No.
Those aren't turkeys.
So this fucking sheep and his asshole goat friend were wandering around with 3 lambs, headbutting people, and just harassing the living shit out of citizens all over.
This is a street gang of sheep.
We can't let these animals just roam free.
Charlotte's Web.
I'm trying to think of the Viggo Mortensen movie.
Babe.
Say killing of a sacred deer.
Viggo Mortensen wasn't in that.
Adorably messing with the innocent Turkish citizens
Dominic.
can't be condoned. Lock them up. That's why Jesus invented fences.
Wait, what the hell is going on?
Oh, the Bible.
This sheep and this
Is this the
goat
New Testament?
and these 3 lambs are wandering around this town just headbutting people and shoving them and stuff. And they couldn't
They're
get out.
headbutting people.
Are you sure they
I thought
weren't
headbutting dogs.
Armenian sheeps and rams that they were
Turkey.
going against the Turkish ones?
Could be. I don't know. I don't get into politics.
You're headbutting turkeys?
It's a cute video. Check it out.
And you were disappointed by how cute it was?
I'm disappointed that they have these animals just going around town fucking with people.
Lawless. This is lawless land.
Lawless lambs.
This is
Lawless
so
animals, but he wants to know about a better way to behead people.
Well, it's a creative endeavor. Speaking of creative endeavors, Scott, you got to think of a disappointment real quick.
I am very, very disappointed
in
my lack of preparation.
Smokey Robinson. Can you believe
Oh my
that guy
What happened?
doesn't know about Hanukkah? I mean, come on.
Hanukkah.
You know,
The C with the CH in
He really took that on the Chinooka.
Oi.
Oh boy.
Oi, Kyle, you're gonna go with oi.
Oi.
Oi there.
Well, my disappointment, besides that disappointment, we talked a lot of hype about Cyberpunk coming out, and I've been playing it nonstop for the past week.
Non-stop.
But I am disappointed by the bugs and the constant crashing on the PS4.
Oh, I was gonna
It
say you're
does
playing
suck.
that old gen.
Yeah, I'm on PS4. Yeah, so
Oh, buddy.
I'm not on the PC. I'm not on the PS5. I mean, they've had a long time to develop it, but I understand they're developing it for like 8 different systems at the same time, so they're probably going to just shove the old ones to the side. But I'm still loving it. I'm still playing it a lot. Every time it crashes, I start it right back up again. So it can't be that bad because it's still pretty fun. But it is disappointing when you're like playing for the night and maybe you only have 2 hours to play and it still crashes twice on you and ruins all your fun.
Yeah.
I heard
But,
it crashes. The console crashes because of the heat.
No, it's because of the scent of the woman.
He's got a
Hey,
great ass.
finally.
That's what it's for. But yeah, it's still super fun. I'm still loving it. Crashing is disappointing.
Episode title: Son of a Woman in Heat.
What can you do?
Has there ever been another game that crashes on your system? Have you ever had an actual
Crash Bandicoot?
I mean, not like twice a day, that's for sure. Because it's guaranteed to crash at least like once an hour. Like it's not. But
Need for Speed.
Joe?
Good point. Good point.
A lot of crashing.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto.
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of crashing.
Farzad,
The Dave
Fast and
Matthews
the
Band.
Furious.
What's cracking?
what's your disappointment? Have you done it yet?
Yeah, he did. USPS.
You can't ship
Who's hosting
alcohol.
this?
Via the UPS.
Who's hosting this fucking show?
Oh yeah.
Well, speaking of disappointments, there's a few more besides us that are disappointed in people.
Low lifes, low lights.
Something to say.
Maybe that's what Greg was hinting at because Farzad.
I thought we hadn't done
you
it,
got
but
the
I just wanted to move on.
No, I got it.
Greg just
All right. Well, this one comes from our low life Jared from Facebook.
Do his
First one
accent.
of my 2 disappointments is that we moved to our house because of the scenery and all the pine trees surrounding the area. But now, due to the suburban blight now occurring, they are knocking down all the pines around our house. Extremely disappointing.
That's upsetting.
Blight. Interesting.
That would
Joe.
suck.
Someone else.
That is actually incredibly disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
So we are
trees
allowed
are-
to talk about topics now. I see. Okay.
Trees are good.
Yeah, trees are good.
Trees are good. I want trees. Joe.
This is from Old Fat Tank on Twitter. I am disappointed that people actually believe this shit. He is pointing us to an article from darkoutpost.com, and the headline reads 50,000 Chinese soldiers were bombed. Soldiers were bombed and killed in Maine, which was listed as an earthquake.
What?
So apparently, yeah, I'll read the headline again for you.
Can you read it in his
50,000
voice?
Chinese sold 50,000 Chinese soldiers were bombed and killed in Maine, which was listed as an earthquake.
So more like Dave Chappelle.
Farzad Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, you sound like my Dave Chappelle.
Hey, I'm
So
not
it's,
good with
it's some conspiracy theories.
some
What are you
conspiracy website that people are sharing
Weird-ass
amongst themselves.
conspiracy.
That
I love it. I
because
absolutely
apparently
love
there
this
was an earthquake
conspiracy.
in Maine, and
Pretty funny.
people don't believe that, so they've created a narrative.
It's not even
It's
50,000
like-
people in Maine.
Wait, in Maine?
I know.
Exactly.
There's 50,000
Yes,
crabs, in Maine,
Chinese
not people.
soldiers?
In Maine.
I know. How would they get to the East Coast and not
I
the
guess
Pacific first?
they're invading through
They're invading
Canada.
from Canada.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
what
they,
the-
they went over the top, over the North Pole.
Yeah, they went over. They
Through-
borrowed Russia.
through
They
Canada.
went, said hi to Santa, came down.
Said, what up? Give me one of
Went
them
to
wooden
Newfoundland.
trains.
Can I sell your iPhone
Went
shipment?
down through Maine.
They were searching for
All right.
heat.
That's weird as hell.
Wow, Farzad.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, good. I didn't either.
Oh no. Well, I guess I'll
It's
find
gonna
out
cause a
Friday.
fatwa on us. Are you gonna fatwa for that?
Yeah, you can say that.
Greg, please bleep it if we need to. Jared's got another disappointment.
You know Greg's
on
gonna save
Facebook
it as a drop
again.
instead.
I read this one so it's read correctly.
Yes.
I'll read this one. You read the next one. All right, this comes from Jared from Facebook. Disappointment number 2. Number 2. My disappointment is that Scott by Scott forgot Mary's name. Mary, the lingerie salesman in Christmas Vacation. How could he forget her after all that she has given him?
Because I was looking
what
at
that
her
reference is.
breasts.
And not her name tag.
Tag.
Interesting. I guess that's
Wow.
something that happened that I forgot.
Yeah, some I don't remember.
He's
Is that
Also
from
on
the show or
Facebook.
from the Zoom? From the Zoom or from the
Maybe.
show?
Christmas
Wasn't
Vacation.
Tyler talking about
for the
Christmas
show.
Vacation?
Scott's always that's the only movie Scott's seen in the last 20
Oh
years.
boy, everything's blending together. My brain is turned to mush. It's not good. Also on Facebook, Tanya Kruger
Have
writes,
you seen Corvette Summer?
"Okay, I am very discouraged by the many times I have to pee when drinking booze. Like right now, I have to urinate really bad after having half a margarita."
More like Margarita.
Feel your pain.
I don't know. I feel like Farzad is on the same
pee
piss clock.
so much.
I mean, after 2 Peronis,
My Peroni.
Isn't that a
Pierogies.
curved penis?
it's it's a disease. Yes, unfortunately, it also happens to be the name of an Italian wine. Beer. I mean, beer.
Italian wine.
Beer wine.
Well, Farzad's drunk.
Italian wine beer.
Mhm. They cry a lot, but I don't say
he's just
anything about
joining
it.
in. Huh?
Scott, why don't
Scott.
you read the next one?
Yumio from IG is disappointed this week. This week I'm disappointed with the internet. This week I'm disappointed with the internet because Farzad has it. Thankfully, he still hasn't mastered his mute button. Also, thanks to Greg for giving that live update for me last week. It was appreciated. And
That
I don't know if he
is-
still wants to have
the
sex.
live
Wrong
update.
section.
Yeah.
Wow, the Dorville family
Thanks,
just
Greg.
has it in for Farzad.
Well, I think Farzad mended fences because he liked the Kid Cudi album.
Apparently not. Well, maybe after he
We'll
hears this,
see.
yeah.
We'll
I
see.
guess we'll find out.
Yeah, he's just glad the album didn't
And
crash.
we have one more in voicemail format.
Hey guys, OG Lowlife Karen Day here. What disappoints me is the Postal Service's system that is in place for distribution of packages going across the United States. I recently mailed a package on 12/8 from Nevada headed for the Denver, Colorado area with an expected delivery of 12/11. The package made it to Grand Junction, Colorado, but rather than straight on to Denver, it was sent to Fresno, California. From Fresno, it
The
went
hell?
through 2 distribution centers in Stockton, California, only to finally reach Denver on 12/14. I mailed 2 packages to this same address in Colorado on the same day with the same expected delivery. The smaller single yellow envelope that I bought at the 99-cent store delivered as scheduled on 12/11. The larger one is in a United States Postal Service priority box. I also can't figure out why a package I sent to Georgia on 12/8 still shows it hasn't left Nevada, but a package I sent to Texas on 12/12 was delivered on 12/15. This was my disappointment
The
for the week,
hell?
or maybe it's just an actual Karen in a rant. You decide.
Karen,
Karening.
Karen, thank you for the update. I am very worried about my packages that I sent this morning.
I got my package from Karen, and I would like to say thank you, Karen. I can't mention what it is.
Karen, we are very grateful for the packages you sent.
Going home.
But it's beautiful.
Joe.
We're not allowed to talk about
it.
Thank you, Karen.
Karen, thank you very much. It is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Live update, the big package.
The balls were very realistic. The shaft was, it was just the veins.
So much detail. So much.
Did you go into heat, Scott?
Nope. I went in.
No, that was a Scent of a Woman.
Corvette Summer.
You guys run shit into the ground.
No, we don't.
Is that a fast
well,
and furious
we're in the ground. Let's lift up out of the ground.
I meant to do something.
Okay.
I was gonna say I meant to do this when you were reading Jared's disappointment.
It can only be
Jared. Wow.
Stories that make us feel happy.
Like the jewelry store jingle.
I was so excited about that drop, and I forgot.
You forgot.
Who did I start with last time? Farzad, how you feeling this week?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. What am I encouraged by? Oh, hey, I am encouraged this week because this Friday begins my 2-week vacation. Off work. Don't have to worry about anything work related for the next 2 weeks as of Friday. So I am very much encouraged and happy and looking forward to that. There may be some wineries happening in next week. I am so looking forward to my vacationing next week.
Virtual wineries.
And spending the first 2 weeks.
Going to real winery with real wine. I am guzzling that shit down.
Okay. So Farzad will
you,
be in
Governor
COVID protocol next week.
They have Napa has they have COVID wineries.
The show has reached a new low.
They have COVID wineries. You can socially distance and do wine tastings.
COVID wineries.
They squirt the wine into your mouth with a super soaker.
6 feet.
So Farzad used to that.
Joe,
got my throat, baby.
I am encouraged. I don't know if you guys caught wind of this story. Keontae Johnson, basketball player for the University of Florida, had collapsed in the middle of a game on Saturday. He had tested positive for COVID in the summer and collapsed in the middle of a game, got put into a medically induced coma. And now he's out of it and he's doing better. He's cognitive. He's talking with his family. He FaceTimes his teammates. Just happy to see this kid come out of that because it got really dangerous and scary for a second there.
Damn. You know, I think I heard about that. Yeah, the coma one.
Was it officially the heart condition from the?
No,
COVID?
they haven't released any of that information yet. So yeah, all we know is that he had COVID in the summer and then he passed out on Saturday. Nothing more has been released about his medical condition.
That's good. Definitely encouraging.
Yeah.
Very sad encouragement. I'm encouraged.
Very encouraged.
So to keep things serious, we're less than a week away from the shortest day of the year. I love darkness, so the less sunlight, the better. All hail the winter solstice.
Right.
It's celebrated in Persian culture by eating a watermelon. Don't ask me why a watermelon is involved. We just eat a watermelon on the longest night of the year.
Winter fruit.
I don't understand why it's a thing, but it's a thing.
Watermelon.
But
love
Shabbat
Christmas morning. Mom takes the watermelon.
You get the watermelon. You crack it open.
I saw Daddy. Never mind.
Eating watermelon.
Oof, watermelon.
Fucking watermelon.
Oh boy, that's how I read.
Underneath the Christmas tree, shortest day.
Scott, is that encouraging to you?
I'm encouraged by watermelon eating in the winter. You know, it gets neglected a lot. Everyone thinks of it as a summer fruit. Finally, the Persians, you're like, you know what? We're going to do watermelon in the winter.
Finally, someone did.
Finally, someone did.
Stepped up.
I'm glad that my culture can provide you with so much joy.
It's funny because it ended Gallagher's comedy career because when he tried to hit watermelon in the winter, it just bounced off the mallet and hit the people in the front row, taking them all out.
Yeah. When you can only
The
tour
whole
6 months a
watermelon, 'cause
year,
it's
it really
solid
cuts
ice.
into your income. It's bad.
Yeah. They told him he could only tour in the summer. He said, "Nope, I'm touring in the winter," and then his career was over.
Mm-hmm.
Sad story.
Well, I was encouraged by something that I was discouraged by earlier in the year, and we all know in college football.
Sports.
We all know in college sports. Was I? I don't know. But we all know in college football, even if your season is shitty, it all comes down to the rivalry game. And Virginia Tech's biggest rival, UVA, famed football powerhouse, they broke our 15-game winning streak last season, which was very disappointing. But this year, we got it back. The Commonwealth Cup is ours, bringing our record to 5-6, a commanding 5-6 record.
The coveted Commonwealth Cup.
The
Is it
coveted
worth
Commonwealth
it?
Cup.
Is there a point to this besides trying
The
to make
most
money?
famous-
Like, it really makes me rethink like all of
Most
sports.
famous
that I'm like-
trophy in college football. Forget about the shoe or the axe or whatever. Commonwealth Cup has come home, and I'm encouraged by that, even though I think the coach should still be fired.
Which sport has a body spray?
The body spray award
the Axe
is
Bowl.
in the X Games.
I'm happy you guys finally got that game after like 8 postponements.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to open this
That
season.
was supposed to
which
be the
never
first
happens.
game of the season.
That never fucking happens, and everyone's already pissed about that. But enough people got COVID, they pushed it to the end of the year. So, hey, what do you know?
It fell where it should be. Or that game's
Yeah,
usually
the last
what,
game.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
week?
it's usually our Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's a rivalry week game. Yeah. Anyway. Other people also have some highlights.
Show has reached a new low.
Sorry,
What
sorry,
just
typing.
Guess
Thank
that's our
you.
I
drop
was
now.
typing, and it
Greg.
activated my.
It was perfect
soundboard.
timing.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
But,
Yeah,
they're
I
not
did-
low.
once was- I'm sorry.
They're high. They're highlights. It's fine. Joe's up first.
So the first one I'm going to read is from.
These are our highlights, by the way.
Yes, these are
These are
highlights
the
from the
low-life
listeners. Low-life highlights.
Stories that make us feel happy.
Okay. So at the Jen Carey on Twitter, her highlight is Florida.
Florida.
Shocking. But I have a jump off point here. A number of President Trump's neighbors in Palm Beach, Florida, are arguing that he is legally barred from taking up residence at his Mar-a-Lago resort. There's a little thing where he signed it back way when that it's a private club, so he cannot go live there. He can't spend more than a week there, so it fucks up all his plans. So he has no residence,
Just
and I
hide
find
away.
it hilarious. He's a nomad because he
homeless.
can't go to New York because everybody's gonna be mad at him there. He can't go to live at Mar-a-Lago because everybody's gonna shit on him there and tell him to get the fuck out. So it's just gonna be a fun.
Oh, so maybe he's going to follow the Rogan model and go to Texas.
And go
Yeah,
to prison?
maybe.
Oh.
A ranch in
Ooh.
South Dakota.
I mean, Elon did it, so it's only a matter of time. We need a third.
Only a matter of
Gonna go to
time.
Ohio to watch the Indians play.
Scott. it's not the name.
Cool. Scott, you're up next.
There's another team in Ohio. You have to say Cleveland.
What's the other team in Ohio?
Cincinnati Reds.
They don't count.
God,
Yeah, it's Ohio. Doesn't nobody
like I
cares.
said, nothing. Old Fat Tank on Twitter says, "I'm happy that I'm not that stupid and gullible."
Is this a continuation of the
To his
yeah,
own.
effectively.
I'm happy to.
Then he went
Mr.
on to
Tank.
say, "Never mind."
What are you going to say?
I was gonna say the mainstream media.
Oh boy.
I'm never gonna listen to your goddamn Who Does a Podcast.
They
Oh yeah,
cover these
there was a bit of a
stories.
beef today between me and OFT.
Oh, glad I missed that.
OFT.
Give us the beef.
OFT.
Spill the tea.
No, he just didn't just shitted on Who Does a Pod.
Yep.
You do you, man. You do you.
He was the first.
It's a great show. It's enjoyable. It's a wonderful
Learn
soundtrack.
something? He
You
doesn't
should
like
listen.
learning.
He doesn't like learning. That's what it is.
Yeah. Unc L. Greg, you're up next.
Teal.
All right, this next low life highlight comes from Maddie, aka Mrs. Hate, from Discord. Highlight this week: My sister's coming home for Christmas. We haven't seen my sister in almost 8 years. She got into drugs at a young age and finally ended up on heroin. Our family eventually flew her to California to enter a treatment center and to stay with some family down there. Flash forward to 2020, and she has been sober for a few years now. She has an amazing job with Amazon. She bought her first car and has her own apartment. She has turned into one super badass woman, and she's flying back home this weekend to spend her first Christmas with us in nearly a decade. Merry Christmas, baby.
Congratulations, Mrs. Hayes.
Awesome. Quite the redemption story. I did not expect
hell
anything to be
yeah,
that heavy.
sister.
Hell
yeah,
sister.
brother.
Hell yeah, sister.
And
Yeah,
she can help you guys move into your new home.
Oh
yeah, and help you guys assemble
just in
some of
time.
the, new furniture or whatnot. And she'll be there for James's birthday, I'm assuming. But she doesn't drink, so it's
spoiler
gonna be
alert.
awkward.
Oh God, that will be awkward.
That's gonna be weird.
Oh,
Hopefully she's not there for
great to
Fridays
hear.
too.
It's a dry party.
Great to hear. Farzad, what is next?
It's from our listener Tanya from Facebook. I'm encouraged that the vaccine for COVID's coming out. And I'm
What's
encouraged
that?
by that too, Tanya.
He
I am-
drank an Italian beer, so he spoke in Italian accent. What'd you
No,
say?
it was Italian. I'm encouraged the vaccine for COVID is coming out.
Tanya's known for her Italian accent.
You know, Italian. Her
Yeah,
Italian
Tanya's Italian.
accent,
This is our listeners don't know.
Italian.
Kyle.
Spaghetti.
Yes, Scott.
Spaghetti.
Are you prompting me to read the next one? Because it's from Yumio on Instagram. My encouragement this week is music, because that Kid Cudi album was amazing. Just beating Headphone Joe, no E, no E. Oh, no O, no E in Joe.
In
What?
J.
In J. What? Oh boy. For best hip hop album this year. I'm reading as is. Just beating Headphone Joe, no O, no E in J for best hop album this year. You were so close, bro.
I will take that concession perfectly fine.
So you are in the genre of hop.
Yeah, I'm a big hop artist.
Bunny
So
rap,
sad that
bunny
Kid
rap
Cudi
on
has
the scene.
Same genre. Like it's so groundbreaking that it breaks into both
Very
hip-hop
niche,
and
very niche
hop-hop.
genre.
It's
Yeah,
very impressive that Kid
very
Cudi can do that.
minute. It's a very specific type of
Headphone J. The hop.
Only
Very
songs
niche.
about
The first mess up was
Easter.
Well,
and
yeah,
basketball.
but then things got even worse and more confusing.
That's funny.
Well, luckily no one's reading anything else anymore because we have one more voicemail.
Wait, Old Fat Tank. Old Fat Tank says, I'm encouraged this week because music from Taylor Swift was
Scott.
amazing and
The
the
number one
album
album.
of the year, says Old Fat Tank.
You're not gonna do it in his voice. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, Taylor
late
Swift album, man. I
edition.
sat naked on my porch just listening to the album. I bought it on
Did not
vinyl.
need that detail.
In my rocking chair.
My rocking chair.
Put it on vinyl.
Fap it away.
Can't get out of a week without fapping. Hit the voicemail. Get us out of this.
Marcus, clip that.
OG Low Life Karen Day here. I love all United States Postal Service mail carriers and service representatives. They are doing one hell of a job with what they're dealing with right now, and most of them are doing it with a smile.
They are
Interesting.
Karen.
A redemption story.
So
And
blame
then-
the system,
We
not
had
the people.
2 redemption arcs in our low life.
Blame
This is quite
Canada.
an episode. Very
Crack is whack.
storytelling. A lot of
Killing machine.
storytelling going on.
A
Lean,
lot of
mean.
episodics.
Well, what's not whack is how to reach us. Greg, what do we do?
Yes, yes, yes. Find all of your Anulo merch at shop.anulo.co. If you have purchased merch from our store, we ask that you please take a photo of said merch and post it on Twitter and include @AfterDisaster in the post. Show them how much you love your merch and how much you love our show. Listen to our Offspring podcast, who does a podcast, Misbehavior Journal Club,
It's about
and
punk
Cheers
No,
to
it's about
the
Hamilton,
Press
not
Box.
Offspring.
It's about punk music.
Now recording live. Cheers to the Press Box. Now recording live on Twitch every Monday night. Speaking of Twitch, we record this
Pretty
podcast on
fly
Wednesday
for
nights
a white guy.
live on Twitch. And although next week we're recording on Tuesday, we also do our happy hour gossip session on Thursdays. Find all this at twitch.tv/AnewLowPod. Be sure to follow and subscribe if you can. We are A New Low Pod on all social media. If you need some bad advice or bad vice, as we call it, or would like to share your disappointments and encouragements with our audience, leave a voicemail at.
Thank you, Greg.
Oh
no.
Wow.
Call us at
That was the one time he teed you up.
424-260-6969. Nice.
Remember, my children of the night, do not be a boomerson. Nobody enjoys a boomerson. The show is over.
Thank you, Kyle.